Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the NECA 2014 Godzilla. So yes, here we have Godzilla from the recent American movie. I guess it's not really recent anymore at this point. But I have not even seen that movie, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. As a matter of fact, I would not have picked this up if I hadn't have seen it just for bargain bin kind of prices, basically. But all in all, he is actually a very cool figure, and if you were a fan of that movie, he is definitely something worth picking up. Now let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, skull paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Godzilla. Here's our standard Marvel Legend 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Godzilla actually stands pretty similar head height to a standard 6-inch American figure, but he's also a 300-foot monster, so he probably shouldn't be in scale with those. Not that I expected him to be. He is still, of course, much bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Godzilla. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin, here you can see Godzilla. Coloring-wise, I can't say I'm massively impressed. He's sort of a blackish gray kind of color, with a slightly different colored underbelly. It's kind of brownish, and he's got some slight color variation throughout, but it's all just dark, bland colors. It's not a fault of the figure, it's just what the new Godzilla looks like. Can't say I'm massively fond of it just because it's really bland looking. Sculpt-wise, though, all very good. All the scale work and everything is definitely sculpted in there, and a lot of attention certainly went into that, as you would expect from NECA figures. He does all have all the little claws and stuff on his hands and on his feet. All the spines going down the back, which are very pointy. And pretty much all the detail he should have. I'm just not massively fond of the design in general. Either way, let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Godzilla has his little reptilian head here. It's mostly the same color as the rest of his body. His eyes are painted yellow and have the pupils painted in there. His teeth are sparsely painted white, and then the inside of his mouth has some sort of darkish pink color painted into it. All in all, it looks perfectly acceptable. Certainly nothing to really complain about. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Godzilla has pretty decent articulation. It's not quite up to the point of monster arts, but I think it does about as good as you can do with body shapes like this. The head is on a little ball peg, so that goes up and down, side to side. His jaw opens up. He has a little ball peg in the neck as well. Ball joint shoulders go in and out a little bit, forward and back. Elbows on hinges and rotations. Same thing for the wrist, little ball peg there. Little ball peg in the abdomen, so that goes around. Hips go in and out a little bit, forward and back. Hinge and rotation in the knee. Little ball peg for the ankles, so those goes all the way around. And then he has a couple of ball joints in the tail that move all the way around, and then once you get to the base, you get an internal wire that goes to about here and then stops. So you can get pretty good posability. You can put him in most sort of Godzilla-esque poses, so I think you'll be fine with that. Godzilla does not come with any accessories, so let's go ahead and move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Godzilla comes in your pretty standard sort of NECA clamshell. You got your big Godzilla artwork there in the back. Godzilla card down there at the bottom. Big window on the front, although yours may or may not include lots of discount stickers. On the back you get a little description and picture of the figure. As always, these are good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Godzilla. Alright, that wraps it up for Godzilla. So until next time, goodbye. Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you would like to see my future content. If not, run away. Run away and never return. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon at patreon.com/vrreviews. Follow me on Twitter at VenomRaptor09 or follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/vrreviews. Thank you and goodbye.